know people are ready. All right, you ready? You got your stuff? All right, we're almost ready.
All right, dude, just
What's the best thing I can do with an expressive?
It's an expressive.
Show her.
Tell her to show you like testimonials.
Yeah.
Like testimonials, and to tell her about like how people feel like using this product. Perfect. That's what I practiced with her to be an expressive. So she's gonna do great. Yeah, and to tell her, since you're an expressive, to show you like, to tell you like how people feel like using this product, and so you're more concerned about people too.
Mm-hmm.
You're concerned about how their clients are feeling using this product, and
Come in.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good work. How are you?
Great, I'm Emily Cunard with Alcon.
Hi there. Nice to meet you, Emily.
All right.
Please have a seat.
Thank you so much.
So happy you're here. Sorry for all the clutter.
Oh no,
My office is a little crazy sometimes, but
that's okay. I don't mind at all. I want to give you my business card to start out in case you ever
Great.
need to get in contact with me at any time.
okay, thank you.
Feel free. So I wanted to start off by saying, you've been around for 10 years. That's such a huge accomplishment.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, actually I recently read in the Orlando Business Journal that you were voted Reader's Choice for Best Surgeon, LASIK eye surgeon. You've done over 20,000 LASIK surgeries in the area.
Yeah, they're so nice. I appreciated that so much from them, and
Yes.
well, I'm happy you're at it.
Yeah, so what is your key to success? I mean, what makes you so successful?
I just really care about my patients, and I want to make sure that they get the best products.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see them, talk to them, build a relationship, make them feel at home, essentially. And I'm working for them.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I completely understand. I noticed the minute I walked in, all your staff is so friendly. They create such a nice atmosphere. So I'm sure that really helps as well, making everybody just feel at home when they come in, all your patients.
Yeah, it does. And even when I meet with people like you, I like them to feel comfortable.
Yes, well, thank you very much. I do feel comfortable, so I
Great.
appreciate that. I know you're busy, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. So I just wanted to start off by asking you a few questions, just so I can get a better understanding of your needs. And then I will tell you a little bit about our Tears Natural line. And if everything sounds good, we'll talk about the next steps.
Okay,
Does that
sounds
sound
good.
okay? All right, I first just wanted to start out by making sure you are the primary physician.
I am.
Nobody else needs to be present today, correct?
No.
Okay, great. And I'm going to take some notes as well, if you don't mind.
That works.
So, what are you currently prescribing for over-the-counter dry eye?
Well, we use both Hypotears
Okay.
and Refresh Plus.
All right.
The first one I recommend always to my patients is Hypotears.
Okay.
I did work with Alcon many years ago, but I'm not too familiar with their current product line.
Right.
And my patients do complain
Mm-hmm.
about Hypotears sometimes, that it stings their eyes.
Stinging, yes.
And when they do, I just give them Refresh Plus.
Okay, sure. And so, the stinging with the Hypotears, but Refresh Plus, do you have any complaints so far? What is the feedback with that?
Not a lot of negative stuff. I don't have any major problems with either one. So.
Alrighty, great. So what are the common reasons that you usually see dry eye occurring in your patients? Is it, allergies, vitamin deficiencies?
It's a mix of everything.
Okay.
Everyone has their own little case.
Yes. So you see a wide variety of things. Do you see maybe more mild dry eye, or is it a little bit more severe?
For the most part, it's mild.
Mild, okay.
I do have a few severe cases.
Okay, sure. Well, with our new Alcon line, we have a bunch of products that kind of covers all your eye care needs, so that might be something you're interested in. We'll go in and talk about that soon.
Okay.
I know your customer satisfaction is number one for you. That's a huge concern. What is your biggest factor when you're deciding, either Hypotears or Refresh? Is it because of the price? Is it because of the preservatives? Maybe multi-use? Or just no preference, really?
No preference, really. I've just been with Hypotears for a while.
Okay.
They are, affordable to my patients as well. So
Yes.
that counts a little bit.
Okay.
But for the most part, it's just their feedback. They seem to be happy with them. So
Okay, great. So I just want to recap a little bit. So I know you're recommending hypotears. That's usually your first choice. And then of course, if there's stinging or anything, you'll recommend the Refresh Plus. And so far, you haven't had any negative feedback from that.
that's great.
I know you cover the full eye care needs. So sometimes you see a lot of mild, and every once in a while you'll see a severe case.
That's
But
right.
for you, there's really no preference. You'll prescribe whatever makes them happy, and of course, affordable is something that you take into consideration. But with Refresh, if that has to be the case, then you'll recommend that as well.
That's true.
Is there anything not on this list that I should be aware of, or anything that you wanted to talk about?
No, I think that sums it up pretty well.
Okay, great. So if you were to continue, recommending hypotears or Refresh, do you see that ever, a problem persisting or anything? Do you see that being an issue? Maybe you want to have other options or anything like that?
If I find a better option, I would definitely be open-minded to it.
Okay.
Yeah, but so far I haven't looked anywhere else, to be honest with you.
Okay, great. Well, that's why I'm here today. So like you said, I know you are familiar with an older Alcon product that we have, although this new line has come out and it's done really well in a lot of doctors' offices. So that's why I wanted to talk to you about it today and bring that to your attention and talk to you about some of our competitive advantages.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you a little bit about this new line. So I'm going to start with two products that I think would probably work really well in your office. The first is going to be for more, moderate to severe. So you don't see very many cases of this, I know, but this is has a trisorb technology, which consists of 3 active ingredients that work to retain moisture and create a long-lasting relief.
Okay.
It doesn't have any harsh preservatives in it. It has polyquad, which is creates a slow evaporation of the tear film, creating that long-lasting relief again, and it's non-sensitizing to either those patients that are either preservative sensitive or not preservative sensitive. Another thing is this has no sting. Our polyquad preservative doesn't have a sting or any aftermath that affects the eye.
Okay.
We also have our Tears Natural 2 Polyquad. Now this is for the more mild to moderate dry eye that you would see. This contains our polyquad preservative as well. This has no benzalkonium chloride, which is that BAC preservative that is in the hypotears that creates that stinging. So again, there is no sting with this, and this will be comfortable and safe for your patients, which clearly those are a high concern for you. So you want to keep them happy and coming back. I know you said that I wanted to show you the difference about our products versus the ones that you're using. So I wanted to show you maybe a competitor comparison, just to tell you a little bit about the difference between them.
Okay.
With Tears Natural Forte, we have the polyquad. The main difference between us and Hypotears is that Hypotears has that BAC. BAC is what's creating that stinging that you said your patients are complaining about. I don't know if you're aware of BAC, but studies have been shown that the BAC preservative over a prolonged use actually creates corneal disease and can damage the eye. Were you aware of that?
I somewhat
Yes.
aware.
So does that kind of address your question about the stinging?
It does. I really like this, but do you have, I know that other doctors are using your products. Do you have maybe feedback from their patients that I can look at?
Definitely,
I
yeah.
really
We
wanna
have
see that.
we have a lot of testimonials. We
Okay.
love our feedback from customers telling us what they like about it. We have patients who've used our products for over 18 years, and they said that they need a regular lubricant for their eye for day and night, so they use it daily, sometimes multiple times a day, and they definitely recommend Tears Natural Forte. What's
Okay.
funny is I actually had a patient that wrote this testimonial saying that she uses it on her dog, which I thought was so funny because her dog actually doesn't have any tear ducts. So without these, the dog would actually be blind and would be unable to see, and she said she would only use our Tears Natural 2 Polyquad. That would be the only eye drop she would use for her dog.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
Well, did you have any other concerns or questions at this time? I wanted to...
I do. A recent issue of the American Journal of Ophthalmologists, it talked about some harmful effects that one of your products had
Yes.
on one of their animals. I can't recall the specifics, but could you, maybe you know something?
Yeah,
about
definitely.
this?
I also read that journal in the American Journal of Ophthalmologists. I also read that. They did leave out one key fact
Okay.
in that rabbit. They said it was one rabbit over a 12-hour period. But there was other rabbits that were also tested and they had no harmful side effects. So that kind of led us to believe that probably that rabbit had some other health issues that were causing it to have some strange side effects. We are committed to client satisfaction and also responsible business practices. And we haven't gotten away from animal testing. That's something that we have to continue to do because we wouldn't want to not test on the animals and then go straight to humans and then have anything come up. So we definitely do still test on animals, but we are committed to taking care of them, and we actually have an exemplary record. So all of our inspections are performed under the USDA and also in accordance with the Animal Welfare Act. And so every time we test on an animal, we have a veterinarian, we have a scientist, and a third-party member in every testing lab. So we have an exemplary record and high ratings year after year. Did that address your concern about
It does.
the animal testing?
Yeah, I'm happy you cleared that up.
Okay, great. And I know you mentioned that you didn't have any problems with Refresh, no negative feedback, but I did want to tell you the main difference between us and Refresh.
Okay.
Refresh doesn't contain any preservatives, but the main difference is actually the price. It is very expensive. It is unit dose versus our 15 milliliter bottle, and actually it has less in the unit doses than we have in one of our 15 milliliter bottles, and you're paying twice as much. So your customers are paying a lot of money and they're still not getting as much. And also, Dr. Smith down the road, he was saying that some of his patients would actually reuse those unit vials. And when you reuse them, they're only meant to be used once and then they have to be thrown away. But patients, because they spend so much, they want to savor every last drop. And when they reuse that, it actually causes infections. So his patients were coming back complaining, oh, my eye isn't getting any better. Now I have an infection. What's going on? So that's something as well just to be aware of, is that sometimes patients, they get a little bit lazy and maybe they want to save that because they spent so much money on that unit dose that they keep reusing it, which is not safe for them.
I'm happy you brought that up because I've had a few problems with that
as well. Yeah, okay, great. So one thing I want to recommend about all of our products is that we actually offer a full money-back guarantee. So every product of ours, if there was ever a problem, they can write a letter to our corporate office and we will refund all of their money. So, we aren't the cheapest, we aren't as cheap as Hypotears, but we do have that full money back guarantee. And actually today I have some coupons I brought with me for $3 off that I thought would be, really beneficial for your patients. You can try it out.
Right,
And I think that'll definitely help, with maybe some of your price-sensitive customers. And so at this time, I just wanted to see if this would be something that you would recommend to your patients. Could you see this, working out for?
I can see it
your,
working out. I'm still not too convinced. I'd have to think about it. I did want to ask you a question though. I have a lot of free Hypotears and Refresh Plus sample bottles that I give away. What should I do with them?
Yeah, if you don't feel comfortable recommending them to your patients, I definitely don't recommend just keeping them in your office. They do have an expiration date, so if they were to expire, definitely throw them away. And I know you get bombarded, I'm sure, with all these samples, and you get confused. Which one do I prescribe? But I think you should be confident with ours, and I wanted to give you some samples as well. I won't give you too many. I'll give you 36 so that you can pass them out to your patients. I can check back in a week to see the feedback, to see what kind of response you're getting from your patients, to see if they seem to like it. I know that I mentioned Dr. Smith. He actually took Hypotears and Refresh out of his office completely. He only recommends our line now, and he's having great feedback. His patients love it. So I feel confident that you will feel the same way. And I would love for you to try that out, and I can definitely check back with you in a week to see how you feel.
Okay. That sounds good. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time today to really give you a yes or no, whether we want to carry your product. I would say come back in 3 months with more lab studies.
Sure.
And then we can talk about it. But I have to see a patient soon. It's a very important appointment that I've had. So I'm not going to have a lot of time to think about, what I should do and how I should go about changing what I prescribe. So.
Okay. Well, like I said, yeah, I'll definitely come back and check in a week, and I'll bring some more data. I'll bring some more numbers and everything that we can talk about. And I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
Okay.
I'll call you back in a week. Does that sound good?
That sounds great. Do you want me to maybe recommend you to someone else that might be willing to work with you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm always looking for recommendations. This is my new territory. I'm actually new to the area. So if you have anybody that you think would love our product, I would love to hear it.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.